Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Songs I Love, a series where I talk about some newer film songs. Today I'm going to talk about two songs. The first is Alaikadal from Ponniyin Selvan 1 and the second will be Muskurahat from Gangubai Kathiawadi. So let's talk about Alaikadal first. First of all, just wow. While I've really liked and enjoyed many of Rahman's recent songs, it's been a while since I've been so completely bowled over, by a composition of his. This one, it's compositionally just so brilliant, and there are so many interesting twists and turns, and the whole package is just, spectacular. And the singer Antara Nandi is a debutante. Of course, she's been very popular on social media, and she's also a reality show star, and several of her videos have gone viral online. But I think this is her first film song, and for that, really kudos to her for having done such an amazing job. She shows so much restraint in her singing, and her voice is just so silken, and just the overall package, it's just beautiful, and I can't wait to watch it on the big screen. So this is how the song starts. So the beginning, na 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 gama pani sa ga sa ni pa ni pa ma ga sa ga ma pa. Right, so many of you would recognize this to be the scale of this raga called Sumane Saranjani. Of course, this has been used before in film music. One of the most prominent songs would be Nalambara, right, from Marubadiyum, composed of course by the great Ilaiyaraaja. Nalambara yennalum na 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 na. Right, so Sumane Saranjani. If we look at the notes, it's the higher ma equivalent of Shuddha Dhanyasi, right? So Shuddha Dhanyasi is sa ga ma pa ni pa ma ga sa, and Sumane Saranjani would be sa ga ma pa ni pa ma ga sa. So not a raga that's used a lot in Carnatic, but a beautiful scale nevertheless. And just for reference, the song Malayil Yaro Manadodu Pesa, that's in the Shuddha Dhanyasi scale, right? So if we change just that one note, Malayil Yaro Manadodu Pesa, so if we did that, that would be Sumane Saranjani, just for reference. So it's that difference in the madhyamam. But of course, coming back to this song, Alaikadal, it's just the first couple of lines that are in this scale purely, and then after that there's just so many unexpected twists and turns and unexpected notes making an appearance, right? So for instance, that lower re comes in, and when I first heard it, it was kind of surprising. I don't know why. I guess I just wouldn't have expected that note to make an appearance, right? And it just orally it sounds very beautiful and very, very unexpected. Zagama pani sagare zani pa ma pa. And in fact, in the Charanams, there is hardly any Sumane Saranjani at all. But it's not just the mixing of unexpected notes, but there's also some very interesting scale changes and key changes, right? So it gives you the impression that where the ye le lo finishes is the sa, right? But that was not the original sa. Pagari sa sa, pagari. There, by the way, you have the other higher re coming in. Pagari sa sa ni da 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 ma pa ma ga, ma pa ma ga. The other ma as well. Ga pa da sa ni da pa ma ga ga. So the ga, but because she sustains it, it's the end of the line, it actually gives us the impression that that's kind of the sa, right? And so your mind tends to interpret those notes as sa ga ma da pa ma ga ri sa sa instead of ga pa da sa ni da pa ma ga ga, right? But it's that ga which is the starting note of the song. So she starts from right there when she goes back to the first line. Alaikadal. So it's the same note, right? So it's just briefly gives you the impression that that's the new sa, right? So and then as I said, the charanams go completely off the raga, but the whole package is so beautiful, right? It comes together so beautifully. All the deviations and all the detours, just fall in place so nicely. So I won't get into too much, too much of details about the charanams. I wanted to focus mainly on the Pallavi, but I want to talk about just one thing that happens in the second charanam. So that goes ga pa da sa re ga sa, and then ga ma da ni re ga ni. That gives you the impression of sa ga ma da ni sa da, right? The scale of Hindolam or Mal counts. It sounds like that because of the key changes. And then what happens after that is even more interesting. It took me so much time and effort to decode the notes there. Ga ma da ni re ga ni ni da 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 pa ni da pa ma ga re, ending on re, and then ga ma pa ni sa ga sa. That's how she comes back to the Pallavi, right? So anyway, there's just so much going on in this beautiful song, and over and above all this analysis about the notes and all that, I think if you just turn off your brain and just sort of experience the song, that itself I think can be such a complete experience. Anyway, let's shift gears and talk about Muskurahat, the other song that I wanted to talk about today. My initial impression of the music of Gangubai was not that great. Like, I thought it was okay. I didn't think very highly of the music. The film, of course, I loved what Sanjay Leela Bhansali has done. I just absolutely loved Alia's performance. Of course, who doesn't, right? But the songs didn't leave a lasting impression until I heard this song that was pointed out to me by a friend. I realized sadly, now that I've watched the film twice, I don't think the song appears in the movie, which is just so sad, because I think it's the best song in the album, right? Of course, the songs are composed by Sanjay Leela Bhansali himself, and this is just easily the best track in the album. So there are a couple of reasons why I chose to combine these two songs for today. One is that it was just a happy coincidence. It was a pure coincidence. So I've been meaning to make a video on Muskurahat for a long time now, whenever I heard the song first. And then of course the songs of Ponniyin Selvan released much later, right? A few weeks ago, and of course the movie isn't even released yet. And I was completely floored by Alaikadal, and I wanted to talk about that. And then I realized that there were actually some interesting similarities between the two songs. So Muskurahat goes, मुस्कुराहट को भी आने दे, मज़ा आने लगे, गम को भी इतनी खुशी दो, वो मुस्कुराने लगे, मुस्कुराहट saga pama pama gari sani sa sa, right? So there's some kind of overlapping feel, right? And that's owing to some overlapping notes. This is not to say that they are in the same raga or anything like that, but there are some interesting notes that are overlapping, especially the saga ma pa ma ga sa, right? And also the ni, actually, yeah, so all the notes of Sumane Saranjani appear in Muskurahat, but Muskurahat goes a lot beyond those 5 notes. So I'll just play a couple of lines of the song.
मुस्कुराहट को भी आने पे मज़ा आने लगे, गम को भी इतनी खुशी दो, वो मुस्कुराने लगे.
So this is sung, of course, by Arijit Singh, the darling of Bollywood, I guess, after Shreya Ghoshal. And he's done such a fantastic job, with this song. Let me just show you a glimpse of how great his singing is here. So this is how the song goes, and then it goes on to, as I said, there's a lot of notes going beyond Sumane Saranjani. In fact, I wouldn't categorize the song as based on Sumane Saranjani at all. It's more like maybe a combination of Madhuvanti, Dharmavati, Hemavati. Saga pama pama gari. The higher re is way more prominent here. I'm not sure if the lower re makes an appearance in this song. So it's some kind of superposition of Dharmavati, Hemavati, a little bit of Madhuvanti. And this song Muskurahat actually reminds me of this beautiful ghazal by Ghulam Ali, was sung by Ghulam Ali and Asha Bhosle. It goes, Daya re dil ki raat mein चराग सा जला गया, ना 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 ना. So in true Ghulam Ali style, the ups and downs and the jumps and the twists, it's a very, very beautiful ghazal, an all-time favorite of mine. I'll add a link to that in the description. I definitely urge you to check it out. So I think that's about it about these two songs. And in case you haven't heard them, definitely highly recommend both of them. And links to both songs are in the description below. So until next time, thank you for watching.